I have another video to record today, and it's going to be the long-awaited figure collection thing. So as you can see in the background, this is my half setup, I don't know, brain's not working. So I have behind me my consoles and stuff, and games and everything, and this is just like my gaming room setup. This is the background. But before I can do my video on the showcase of said stuff, I need to do my figure thing. Now, if anybody here checked on the Discord or on Instagram, you'll find that a couple of weeks ago I went on holiday. And when I went on holiday, I went down to Sydney and bought a whole bunch of anime stuff. So, I'm going to show them today. So I've set up like a new camera setup thing, so it'll be easy to show what I bought without having the hassle of like how I did my earlier stuff. So yeah, let's give it a whirl. Look, it's my pretty second camera. So this is probably, I think this is the most expensive one I have actually. And this is Carmina from Gurren Lagann. And it's done by Good Smile Company, who does a lot of the Nendroids and such. Yeah, I was very, very excited for this one. So, let's open them up, shall we? Just the type. I've got more tape to cut. Hold on. I didn't realize I had more tape to cut. I think we're all good. Let's open it up. I have a little piece of paper telling me to be very careful with handling. Break it. So let's tape. I think that's all tape, unless it gets tape at the bottom. Mummy just like poking in here. Right. So let's open our base, which is the camera gonna focus? Hey, focus. Focus. Nope. She's being a silly boy. So here's our base. It's got tiny, tiny little thing of Carmina's hair and sunglasses. Tiny, tiny. Let's see. Hands is it gonna focus before I drop it? So, Carmina's hair and glasses. And then Carmina himself. So, and there we go. We got Carmina in all his glory. But what we can do, I might move this a bit closer because I am further away. So if we ever so gently take that off, he's now bald. Well, balding at the front anyway. And then we put this piece on. He's got his glasses. I think we're going to leave Carmina with his glasses. It's iconic. But for... Well, actually, how much did I pay? This figure was $65. And it went into its base pretty well. It's pretty hard base. Everything looks quite nice. There's a bit of pieces on his tattoos that are a bit chipped with the paint. But I mean, it's pretty decent, and I don't come across Gurren Lagann figures very often when I go to anime stores, so I'm very happy with this one. So yes, time to jump on to the next one. Let me just put him somewhere. In here. Easy to put there. Rightio. Here is my next one. I got some Dragon Ball Z stuff. So this one is a King Piccolo, I think. It was $40. Yeah, King Piccolo. It says it on the side here. Oh, King Piccolo. If it zooms in, yeah. So this one was only, I get all stuff off. It's only $40. So I'm quite happy with that. I don't mind getting the cheaper ones. I'm not too fussed. It also has the Toei Animation Certificate of License grant at the thing there. Are you gonna focus? Focus. That thing there. That's a licensee sticker, so it's verified that it's a genuine. Not that I'd be concerned. The place I buy from, Anime Kaika, in Sydney, is absolutely amazing. The figures I get there, I can't fault them. How many of my current figures do I have? So that law you see over, I'm trying to figure out where my hand is on the camera. That law, just there. I got him from Anime Kaika. And I think I paid less for him than I did Carmina, I believe. So they do very well quality. If you want to see the rest of the other figures, don't stress. When I do my room tour video, which will probably, I'll have a short version on TikTok and a long version for YouTube. You can see all of them in detail. Let's chuck the box down there. Chuck the cardboard there. Chuck that there. So, I don't know how many of you have been figure connoisseurs yourselves, but the small boxes, usually Ben Presto boxes like that one, the figures come in like wrap stuff. So, just be aware, when you buy figures, not every figure is going to come like Carmina did, and not every figure is going to come like this Piccolo has. It all varies on which company has done it, the size of the figure, so on and so forth. I actually have another figure very similar to the Piccolo one, because I'll show you in a second once I get him out. Get him out, I will. So I have a Luffy one, a Wano Luffy, and he has, I think it's the Wano Luffy and the Gear 4th Luffy that have a little bit in the butt. That's where the stand goes. If I can wiggle it in. These are the only things about these ones. You gotta have strength to get them in. Right, that's how that clips in, and then we chuck his body on. Hello again. Wiggle him on. And there is our Piccolo. So even though he's only a $40 figure, I mean, I don't like these stands very much. They're very flimsy. So it's not my cup of tea. And the Piccolo himself is very weight heavy. Like, holding him there, I can see the plastic wiggling just by the littlest of movements, so, you know. But he is very well detailed and painted quite well for a cheaper figure. If it's going to focus, you can focus. 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 Thank you. And then it blurred again. God damn. But I think he's a pretty decent figure. I'm very happy with Piccolo here. So, let's get our next one. I'm saving the most exciting one for me for last. So this one shouldn't be anybody be surprised that has followed me for a while. It's a One Piece figure. So I am not the biggest fan of Ace. My best friend is more of an Ace fan than me. I more prefer Luffy. But I really liked this one of Ace in kimono. I thought it was really cool. And this comes in a set. So you can buy Ace, and then back you can also get Sabo, which is here. And then Luffy's on that little poster there. But there you go. Here's a preview of the figures. I didn't want Sabo. I will eventually get Sabo because, I mean, when I bought it, I wanted to buy them in the set. And then when you see this next figure, you'll understand why I didn't. So I'll eventually go back and get Sabo's one as well. But we got Ace. And I thought I'd get Ace as well. I have tons of Luffy figures. Luffy figures are... I have way too many. And I probably won't stop getting them. I need more. That and Law figures. Law is like, oh... So, I thought, you know, I don't really have Ace. Ace figures aren't that easy to come by now, in a lot of anime stores that I shop at. So I thought, you know what, I'll get it. Down there. And once again, it's going to be one of these little plastic bag things. The stand's different than what I was expecting it to be. I was expecting it to very well be like Piccolo's one. Apparently not. We got little swords. Get our face out. And then he's got a onigiri, I believe. A little sleeve. And we get Ace himself. And he's got, I think they're called Getter, which are block shoes, these ones. So where is... Okay, does it go sideways? Yeah. Right. So... He mustn't have two hands. I don't think he does. I think he's just got the one. Let me just fix up something because his little belt at the back came out. And then these guys slide up. Okay, I see where I've gone wrong here. Give me 2 seconds. Right, that's why that doesn't clip in properly because these have got to plug in here. They don't fit in very well, do they? And we put the onigiri hand back on. Come on. Sometimes with figures, you just gotta give them a bit of rough loving. And unfortunately, I don't have a lot of that raw strength that you need. I have the stand stuck on me. God damn. Come on. There we go. Ace's hand is back in. In the stand. Here he is. So it's a very simple figure for, I think it was, yeah, it's $35 as well. So it's the same one as, same price as Piccolo. Pretty simple figure. I mean, the base is very clear. Once again, a lot of the Bam Presto ones have, even though they are cheap, I mean, obviously you can get cheaper, but this is the cheaper price range. The painting on them is very, very, very good. Don't think I've had a single figure from Bam Presto where the painting on the figure has had any nicks and such. As I turn around, Ace, you will see that that belt, there's a tiny little hole at the back there. That's where that belt's meant to stick in, and I'm assuming that's where it'd stick in if you didn't want the swords. So because the swords are there, the belt sticks out. That doesn't really bother me at the end of the day because, I mean, I'm not going to be staring at the back of him anyway. But it's very nice. But I like that even with the little rice on his face, if it's in close enough, see if it will focus. I'm going to focus on his face. Focus. Focus, camera. Focus. Focus on Ace's face. There we go. They've got his little freckles, the beard hair, and then the little rice. And it's nicely painted. So I'm very happy with this one. This one I'm very, very happy with. And then we have... So this is an older anime, I'll admit. But I have been looking forever for an Edward Elric figure. I have not been able to find any time that I've gone down to Anime Kaika or previous anime stores that are no longer in Sydney. I have not found an Edward Elric figure. And so this is a special figure, Edward Elric, another version. It's $40. I was willing to pay the $40 price for it because, hey, it's Edward Elric. It would be the first Full Metal Alchemist figure I own. So I was like, I'm getting it. I also have two little ones up there that I have to grab. They're tiny ones that I won in a gacha machine. Because we went and explored an arcade down in Sydney as well. Because they recently have had some arcade machines, like claw machine places pop up. And they're all like anime stuff. So let's get Edward out. I'm very excited to see how this is. I'm going to be really ashamed if the painting and stuff's going to be stuffed. So, let me explain this to you. This box is huge. But the figure isn't going to be as big as the box. Unfortunately, you do get some of these ones where they're, you know, tiny. He's eloquently been chucked in there and taken very good care of. So this one is going to be one of those ones that's very easy to assemble. It's the figures all together and it's just you got to plug it into the base. So one foot in the base and the other. So this is the size of my $40 figure of Edward Elric. I can't say I'm disappointed, to be honest. I genuinely like it. And I don't know if it's because I've never had an Edward Elric figure or not, but I very much like it. It was easy to put into the stand. I love it when figures are easy to put into a stand. But it's just, I don't know. And the shoes, they're glossy. They have a glossy look, and I like that. But, yes, I'm very much happy with it. I'll give it a turn. The base is a hollow base, so it's not very, like it's thick, but it is hollow. Most bases you find will be. I think the only figures I have with a block base is Law up the back, and the Horizon Zero Dawn one there. That is Edward Elric. And then... if I just excuse you on back, I won these guys in a gacha mission. So I went and played a gacha machine, and I guess I'll explain for anybody who doesn't know what a gacha machine what it is. So a gacha machine is, in other words, a capsule machine. You get tiny little capsule balls, and what happens is that you have a chance to win something out of them. It's random. So they'll have like, I don't know. In Australia here, I noticed we have a lot of the Pokemon ones. Like outside Woolies or Coles or whatever. And they'll show you a set amount of Pokemon that you can get. This is really annoying. Is that in as far as it goes? So for the first one, I'm going to show once I get it on its stand, if I even get it on the stand. I don't think his holes in his feet are big enough for the stand. No, I don't think they are, unfortunately. Yeah, okay. So this was the Chopper stand and Chopper himself. So this is the one I got from a gacha machine. Now, mind you, gacha machines, the quality can vary. I'm okay with this. I only spent like, I think 50 cents, not even, on it. So it wasn't that bad. But here's the little Chopper. And the other ones within the gacha machine, you could have gotten Brooke, or Brock, sorry, Frankie, Robin, and a couple of others, I can't remember. But I want to go back and get them if I can, because I just realized, I never noticed this, is that the plate here, or base, intertwines with the other ones, so you can have them in a little collection, which is quite cute. This one won't be too difficult. This one's going to be pretty easy. This was another easy little gacha thing I did, and it's Inosuke. Tiny little Inosuke. If it's going to focus, we can focus on Inosuke. So once again, this is one of those ones that, because with gacha machines, you're bound to get one of the listed characters. I got Inosuke, and I was happy with that. But they had Tanjiro, Nezuko, Zenitsu, and I think it was Tengen that they had as well. So I'm very happy with it. And the little boar head just comes off. But not bad for a little gacha thing. But I'd have to definitely go back and get more because I just like them. But let me switch back to my other camera. I'm kind of like all over here because I needed the mic. Oh, and Wano Luffy is over there. That's Wano Luffy. So, that is my anime haul that I got. Not much, but I mean, it's a lot of money buying anime figures nowadays anyway. I mean, that totaled to over $200, so that wasn't cheap. But I was proud of it anyway. I was very happy with it. But, oh, and not that you can see it on camera, but you'll see it in the room tour. I do have a Brewster plushie up there because I want it in a machine. I was trying to get Mew, I think, because I had like these big machines where you could get Pokemon, Animal Crossing, and like Sanrio characters and all that. I'm not big into Sanrio. I'm okay with Pokemon. I like Pokemon, but I was like, there's only ones that were in there that I was interested in, and the one I was interested in was Mew. I couldn't get Mew. I ended up moving a whole bunch of them to get to the Mew, and when I go to grab this Mew, I realized Brewster was underneath, and I was like, hey, look, maybe I might be able to get Brewster, and I did. So I got Brewster, and I was happy with it, and it was great. I also did purchase some manga. I'm not going to get it out. I'll explain it on the room tour, because I have all my manga stacked in, and it's just too difficult to get it out. I also have gotten some more Japanese language books, but once again, that's stuff that will come with the room tour. But yeah. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed watching my figure showcase. I don't know when I'll do it next. It's very difficult to get from where I live down to Sydney, and then even then it's having the money to fund getting down there, having enough to fund train trips, such, and then getting the figures themselves. But for anybody in Australia, I tend to shop, if I'm going to shop online, I will shop on Anime Kaika, and that's the shop that I go and visit down in Sydney. Let me pull up some of their stuff. I'm not sponsored by them in any way. I'm definitely not sponsored by them at all. I just love their work. I love going in there. The staff, they are absolutely friendly. They're great. They're helpful. I couldn't ask for anything better. But Anime Kaika is on 10/324 Pitt Street in Sydney. So if you're ever down there, go have a look. It is not a massive store. I haven't come across another massive anime store in a while. I think the only other one is Anime at Abbotsford, I think, and I don't know if that's still there. I have to have a look. But I'm very, very happy with Anime Kaika. They're great. Figures are great. They have Nendroids. They have little Pokemon things. So like when you've got the Pokemon collections, like there's a treehouse set. You can get all different Pokemon there. They've got plushies. They've got everything you could ask for. They've got pins. Like, it's great. I love it. And as you walk into the store, you have the newer anime, the more like the stuff that's very at everybody's face at the minute. And then as you move towards the back, you will come across some figures that are like $500. I think one of the ones that I found was I can't remember her name. She was from Data Live, and I had a beach version of her. They had the Data Girlfriend main character in a bikini as well. That had ram bikini sets that were $500. It was a lot of money. I was like, no. There was one figure there a couple years ago that I wanted, which was a Velvet from Tales of Berseria figure, and it was $500, hence why I never bought it, otherwise it'd be here. But they do sell a lot of them, and the stuff changes. And whatever you want, if they don't have it in store, you can buy it online. So I'm a big fan of Azure's Lane, for instance, and they sell Azure Lane figures. I actually have a big pre-order section for a lot of them right now. And I want to, but they're like $600, and I can't. But you can buy it all online. Everything's all set there. There is a shop in Melbourne. I can't remember what it is, but I buy stuff from there as well. But yeah. I don't know. If you're in Sydney and you really want a shop that's just something you would prefer to try out, I would go Anime Kaika. It's the only one, like, it's literally the only one I go to in Sydney. And then if you're looking for manga in interest, just up from there, I think you go to a place called the Galleries, and you go in, and there'll be a sign on the side that will tell you which floor Books at Kinokuniya is at, which is where I go for my manga. And Books at Kinokuniya is massive. It's got cookbooks, Japanese literature, English literature, science fiction, everything, a whole section for manga. Then it's got like light novels. It's got everything. It's great. So that's where I get all my manga from. But yeah, other than that, that's my lovely rant. Anybody who obviously isn't aware of the trip that I took, I did take some photos on Instagram. It wasn't a lot, just different bits and pieces from where I felt was perfect for our trip. So I will link in the Instagram down the bottom, and I'll also link the Discord down the bottom. So if you want to find out updates for everything, do that, because I don't use my Twitter anymore. It's just not worth it. I find it a lot easier to drop stuff down in Discord, and that's where I do it. So if you need any updates and want to know what's going on, check the Discord, but I'll put it down in the description. So I hope you all enjoyed the little lovely anime show though, and I now have my desk set up in a way that when we do Pokemon card openings again, I can do it nice and, you know, precise and good and lovely. But other than that, I hope you had a good time watching. I'm sorry I'm rambling. I was so happy to get this done, and I'll see you guys another time. Bye!